Welcome to today's class. Today what we're going to see is word order. Sentence structure. The most common order of the different elements of a sentence in English is who, what, where, when, how, and why. This is the order of a sentence structure. Who, what, where, when, how, why. A sentence usually begins with who, a subject, followed by a verb what. Examples are John called, the bus returned. Some verbs require an object. The object is also part of what element. You should make sure you keep the verb and its object together. Verbs with a direct object. John ate breakfast. The bus hit the tree. Some verbs require an object. Here, the object may be an indirect object. Verbs with an indirect object. John spoke to Julie. The bus collided with the tree. After who, what, we add other elements in the following order: where, when, how, and why. John called. When did he call? It is earlier. Why did he call? To cancel his appointment. John ate breakfast. Where did he eat? On the train. When did he eat? This morning. Why? Because he was late. The bus returned. Where? To the station. Why? To drop off the passengers. The bus hits the tree. How? With great force. If one of these elements is composed of different parts, go from the smaller unit to the larger one. Different elements of when. The conference started at 10 a.m. on Tuesday last week. Different elements of where. They live in a flat in a big city in India. You may occasionally hear a sentence start with an element other than who. This happens when you want to emphasize the element, and your voice should emphasize it as well. In written form, you should separate the element from the sentence with a comma. Make sure there is a good reason for emphasizing the element that you are putting at the beginning of the sentence, or you will sound unnatural. Examples: where at the beginning of a sentence. John ate breakfast on train this morning. On the train, John ate breakfast this morning. This is unnatural. On the train, John was fine, but at the office he felt sick. When at the beginning of the sentence. John called earlier to cancel his appointment. Earlier, John called to cancel his appointment. It is unnatural. Earlier, John felt sick, but now he is all right. Here we start how at the beginning of the sentence. The bus hit the tree with great force. With great force, the bus hit the tree. This sentence looks unnatural. The bus swerved and with great force hit the tree. Certain sentences were why at the beginning of the sentence. The bus returned to the station to drop off the passenger. To drop off the passenger, the bus returned to the station. It's unnatural. To drop the passenger safely, the bus returned to the station. Here are the common mistakes. Separating the who from the verb or the verb from the object. We 2 years ago bought this car. Instead, the sentence should be we bought this car 2 years ago. Next example is Sam ate slowly his meal. Here, the Sam is who ate what he ate. Slowly defines how his meal. It also denotes what. The order is unnatural. We have to construct the sentence as Sam ate his meal slowly. This is the correct structure. Point number 2. Mixing the order of where, when, how, and why. We drove at the weekend to the seaside. We denotes who, drove denotes what he does, at the weekend denotes when, to the seaside denotes where. We should correct the sentence as we drove to the seaside at the weekend. He goes by train to work. Instead, we have to make the sentence as he goes to work by the train. This is the natural sentence. They contact everyone because it is easier by phone. Here the sentence structure is unnatural and the correct form is they contact everyone by phone because it is easier. This is the natural form of the sentence. She went to town to post her letters this morning. Here the sentence is unnatural in its structure. The correct form is she went this morning to post her letter.